Like I was saying, welcome back, guys. It's Deathtooth making a video for you guys. You got me to 100 subs, which is pretty nutty after only making like a video like 2 weeks ago, which is pretty epic. Uh, I'm very grateful. So this is my way of giving back. I'm gonna make a tips and tricks, super beginner stuff, all the way to like intermediate-ish stuff. Hopefully you can add this to your own bag. And yeah, so let's hop right into it. Starting off, the conveyors. Now you'll notice here, there's this little iron bar. You think this would stop it since there's right conveyors and left conveyors. But that's not the case. It doesn't matter if you're using these or moving it this way. Now, I don't think this was intentional, but I like this much better than this. Saves a bunch more room. Now, over here is the same idea of this, just super exaggerated. So with this, it'll spit out and it'll move all sorts of directions. But as long as it's taking up one of the spots in front of the conveyor, it doesn't matter how you have it organized, it'll always work. Next, we have ramps. On the left, we have one with a chute, one without a chute. As you can see, works just fine with the chute. But if you don't want to shoot, works just the same. Can save room at no cost to you. It's really a preference-based thing for majority of the time. But if it's like super buggy, you might want to put a chute down, and that usually fixes it. Over here, we have some distance testers. Now each crate, they're all the same for stack crates, limit crates. I've never played this game before. Hold on. And filter crates, obviously normal and splitter and triple, so forth. You get the idea. Now, for this example, the idea is that they take from so words. So they take from different distances, right? This one straight on, not that big of a deal. This one, there's a gap, still takes it. Okay, pretty cool. This one, you have a 2-block wrap, and it still works. But then any further, it doesn't pull. Moving on. Over here, we have a fun little tech I love to abuse and use. Where if you put a crate of any sort like this, it'll separate and you can move it to 2 different crates. Now, this works. Here's the 2 examples. So you can have it split like this and save the extra room on the sides, or you can use a splitter and do it this way. Now, depending on what your end goal is, they both produce at the same rate, or they spit out at the same rate. And it's really situational based, but I hate crates. It's up to you. Here's the next thing. Hopefully I can help some people with the limits. Probably the most confusing crate or thing in the game. Now, I'll put stuff in. It'll take one. Okay. This works. Now say there's not a crate here, and say it's like a assembler or something, and it takes a while to process whatever it's doing. Remove this with items, mind you. The limiter will only take till that, and it won't take anymore. So once it's full up here, if I were to remove this, say I I don't know, want to put something after it, it's not gonna pull unless there's a space here. So if I put a space, then it'll start pulling in. It needs a break before it can start pulling. And if you try to put more items in it, it'll spit it out in front of it. I'm not sure if it, yeah, it stacks to the item. Anyways, pretty cool. And this is the same demonstration. So taking off the limiter ideas from over there, we can use this idea as like a loop. So if we use a stack crate, we can loop the items around and equally distribute whatever you're making to the other items. So think of it as this limit's going to some dual assembler, so forth, so on. If I put my items in here, they'll take one, take one, take one, take one, and it'll keep going around. This way, everything will always have what it needs, and everybody will be happy. Over here is one of my favorite ideas. Now, I should probably start the video saying, hey, most of these things other people have found too. I'm showing you because I think they're pretty neat to have and know how they work. The idea here is it's a compact way to have, say, two different materials, right? Say instead of, I don't know, we wanted steel here instead, right? We're trying to save room without having two conveyors right next to each other. We do it this way to where we can stack it. So this is all just on the same 2-block row, but it's taking up the area as a 4-block row. I think this is pretty cool. I try to do this in every single build I do. I think it's excellent. You should too. Moving on. Chutes. Now, they're helpful for dropping items if it's getting a little buggy or iffy. They're also really good for building. Wow. So the idea here, say we're trying to connect the two, right? I'm not going to delete all of them because that's boring. So I want to bridge these two but go around because there's something here, right? I throw down my chutes, and then I can connect them up. And I could remove them if I need to, if I just think it's cleaner without them or whatever reason. But now, it all works just the same. Goes up, goes down. That's all there is to it. Now over here, here's the, I guess you could call it a glitch. Not really. Normally you can't stack mines on top of each other. So you have to build up 5 before you can place another mine underneath it. Here, I'll do it even live. I mean, it'd be video, but same difference, you know? Boom, same spot, delete, and throw down. And then you have everything you'd ever want. And obviously a chute, so it drops down. Now the thing that confuses the most people. 1 salt, I guess now Prismarine 2, but that's a different story. 1 salt splits into the 3, meaning that those 3 can handle 3 mines. Granted that they are both the same level. As in, like, this is advanced, this is advanced, legendary, legendary, normal, normal. This way it's always balanced and you don't have more of one thing than the other. This looks better on a more grand scale, as in like the robot part, my Megazord, really shows this off, I think, pretty well. I think that's all I have to talk about. I think these are pretty good. If you have any other ideas, I can throw them in a part 2. Maybe I do a part 2. Who knows? Um, yeah. So let me know what you think. Hopefully these helped. And thank you for watching. See you another time. I'll miss you.